works. And then we'll try it again. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let me see. Okay, it seems to be better. No, I cannot answer that. Ryder, welcome in. Can anybody confirm if the stream is doing pretty good? Okay. Or not? Okay. Okay, seems to be working this time. All right, let me get everything set up, and then we'll go back at it. Sorry about that. I have really no idea why it did that. Nope. Now I've messed something up. Good gosh. All right. Welcome in. Let me. We're gonna get this figured out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm gonna go over everything that I just talked about, so if you were here the last time and you were able to hear it, I apologize. Welcome in, Lennon. Welcome in. By the way, do you work the trades, bro? No. Okay, almost done. Almost got it. All I saw was your whatnot for a second there. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that. That was... We'll talk about it, don't worry. I assume you mean, like, doing, like, trade work. Unless you mean like stock exchange. And if that's the case, no. But I do trade work, yeah. How are you reviewing the rooms? So a couple weeks ago, I put a thing on Twitter, and everybody could submit their room. I have gathered them up together now, and we're going to go through quite a few of them today. Stay tuned. Yeah, I checked it out for a second there. It was really bad. I don't know why that first attempt was so bad, but anyway, we'll see what we're working with here. Let me real quickly, because it's gonna bother me if I don't. Let me fix something. And add thumbnail. Okay. Okay, now we're good to go. So, welcome in. So tonight, what we are going to be doing, I'm going to briefly, don't worry, I'm not going to drag it out. I'm going to briefly talk about something that is really bothering me that I'll probably turn this section of the video into. I want to submit an anime room, but I need to tidy it up before I will do this again. Do not worry. But I want to briefly talk about something that has been bothering me and that I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm going to condense it. I'm going to condense it down to a little bitty short, and then I can turn that into a video, and you guys can be a part of it. Even though you're not here, you can, I can, if you say something and then I comment on it, then I can be like, yeah, pop up his message here, and then we can talk about it. But after that, give me about maybe 10 minutes max to talk about that, maybe 12, but about 15 minutes, and then I will go straight into the room reviewing, and we're going to go through as many of them as possible in about 2.5 hours, and then we'll probably call it quits for tonight, and then any of them that I have left over, we'll throw it, and I'm going to probably do these like monthly, so stay tuned for yours next time. So anyway, I'm probably just going to turn this into this one that messed up. Probably going to turn that into like a 0.5. But anyway, okay. So what I was saying is that Funko put out 2 new Funko Pops. They put out these 2. And this is Frieren, this is Naruto. And what's unique about these is that these are limited. So they're doing a new thing where they're called limited edition things. And basically what that means is that they are limited to a certain amount of numbered ones. And when they do that, they only make this certain amount. And once they sell out, they don't make any more. Fernando, I will explain that here in just a moment. Don't worry, just hang out with me for just a second. But anyway, so before this point, before this point, they have done all of these exclusive pops only on Funko's website. Funko releases them themselves. You have to have fan rewards, but that's what they've kind of been going off of, is that you got to have fan rewards points built up to be able to buy these, because you use your fan rewards points to be able to get into an early access thing. And so basically what they're saying is buy through us, not through retailers. And so that's what I've been doing. Every time I buy new Funko Pops, I buy them through Funko. And then what happened is then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna have 2 of them. They're at Chalice Collectibles. And so I'm like, you know what, fine. Chalice has not done wrong in the past. They've done a lot of releases and everything, and they seem to be a pretty good company. They have their own website. It works out pretty good. However, there's a site that I'm sure if you watch any kind of collection type creator on YouTube, you will see them. They have this website that they love to death. I cannot stand this website, and I'm never going to do a promotion with them. But that is called Whatnot. So this is Whatnot. And this is a site to where basically you can have little auctions on here. So I'm gonna sell this little cinnamon roll here, and I'm gonna put it up for auction, and then people can bid on it. Like I could bid on this one, and they're wanting $56 for this cinnamon roll right now. And you can continually bid up and up and up and up, and anybody can do this or whatever. It's basically like eBay with a live stream functionality. In theory, it's a good idea. I just don't like a lot of the creators that do this, so I have a problem with it. But I understand there's nothing really wrong with it. But anyway, what happened is they decided, Chalice Collectibles decided they're going to release these 2 Funko Pops, these limited edition Funko Pops only on Whatnot. So you had to go through Whatnot to be able to buy these 2 limited edition Pops. Now, this is where it gets even worse, because for one, this is a 5,000 piece one. Now, 5,000 may seem like a lot, but when you have an entire country, multiple countries that want a Frieren Funko Pop, and this is an exclusive mold. This is the only way you can get this molded pop. This is the only way you can ever get it. And so they're gonna limit it to 5,000 of them, and they're only going to release them through Whatnot. This is a 9,500 one, not as bad, but there's another catch with him we'll get to in a moment. So anyway, this one, it would retail for $35. They made it to where it is $45 because they released a little one of them pop protector things. They made you buy a pop protector with this pop. And so, you know, I'm like, I don't want the pop protector. I take them out of the box. So anyway, I got a free pop protector if you buy this. And so also, that's not the worst part because this one, you could only get him signed. And here's the thing. If you want to sign Funko Pop, that's great. But I take them out of the box, so I would not want him signed. So what would have been a $20 pop is now a $100 pop because they only were selling it signed. So you had to buy the signed version of Naruto to be able to buy this limited edition pop. Now that's not a, hey, we're doing a chunk of them that are signed. We're going to release them on our website tomorrow that are not signed. No, no, no. They're releasing them only signed. So you have to buy a $100 pop to be able to get this, even if you don't want the autograph. It's so scummy. But anyway, ignoring that, then they go back to Whatnot here. And this is the Whatnot stream that they were doing it in. You can see them back here. So here are the free run ones back here, and you can see there's the Naruto ones back in here. And so the problem with this is, and yeah, they're zooming in on a little dent here. We get it. You're selling this one for $51. But anyway, so this is a stream they were doing. And no. Okay, so I will real quickly, I will verify. They did not do them as an auction. So it was a set price that these pops would go up for. Free one would go up for $35, and then the Naruto would go up for $95. They did discount them a little bit, and I don't know why, but they did. So they ended up putting them out, and what they did was, this is where it gets a little bit worse, in my opinion. So they put out Naruto as a 500 piece. They released 500 of them at one time. And so those 500 of them would be released in one flash sale. Then they do free run, 500 of them, flash sale. Then every hour, they've been doing this since, 5 Eastern time. They've been doing it every hour. They release another 100 of these. So they've been doing 100 and then another 100. And that is how they've been doing this for the last few hours. So I don't know, what are they at now? They would be at 3, so they'd be at 800 of them now that they've put out. And there's 5,000 of these. So where they're doing with the other ones, I don't know. But anyway, it's a really scummy way to do it. You can see here that everybody is really upset. To be honest, they were not happy with it when they were talking about it. And it's just not that, it's not a good way of doing it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And so anyway, yeah, I'm not very happy with it. Chalice, I think, really dropped the ball here with this, and it's just a shame, in my opinion, that they let this type of thing go on, and I don't think it's good for their brand. I don't think it's good for Whatnot. I don't think it's good for anything. But anyway, and you might say, well, you're just complaining because you didn't get one, and you weren't able to stay up. Nope, I got the free one. I got it. I ordered it. I didn't want Naruto, so I don't care. There's little Wayne. Anywho. All right. Well, now, time to review some rooms. There's a little Wayne pop. Apparently so. All right. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to review some rooms. Now, if you were not one that got your room, or you did not submit your room yet, I apologize, but it will not be reviewed today. Maybe your sub people have display better than you. I will have to find out. Maybe they do. We're going to have to find out. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to pop up a room on the screen here. And, well, it'll pop up on the screen for you, like here. And what we're going to do is we are going to go through and we are going to, I'm going to look at their room, kind of zoom in on everything and stuff like that. And then we're going to judge it. And I'm going to give my opinion on it. You guys can give your opinion on it. And we'll go through like that. I think it'll be quite fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's check out the first one. So I'm doing this in a bit of an unorthodox way, but I did want to get the like captions in on it as well. So let's go ahead and look at the first one here. So this is from Strix War 2 here. It says kind of outdated, but this is mine. So let's go ahead and check it out here. So looks like you have some figures up here. I assume we'll have another picture of those. What do we have here? So we've got Chainsaw Man. Looks like it's up to date. Pretty good. I do like that you have Look Back up here as well. Welcome back, Cloudy. You have Look Back up here with Chainsaw Man. I enjoy that. I think it's a good little inclusion there. We have some Comey. Doesn't look like a full set, but you know, decent amount. Call of the Night. Yeah. My Dress Up Darling. Is solid manga output here. I don't know what these are, but yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I will not complain at all there. I think it looks nice overall. If I had to complain about anything, I'm going to be a little bit harsh. Don't judge me for my light theme. I like my light theme. If I had to be critical on anything here, it's that I don't like that we're stacking things on top of the manga here. Also, it looks like there may be stuff back in the back here. I don't know what that would be, but I'm not a fan of that. But otherwise, I do like the selection. I do like that they're all together. I do like that you put like Look Back with Chainsaw Man. It, you know, shows that you at least know what, you know, series go together and everything. Also, over here, it looks like this is beside that shelf. So we do have some Cyberpunk. Very nice. I approve of that. We have some Oshinoko here, or wait, no, Oshinoko there, and then we have a 100 Girlfriends there in the middle. I like that because the sitting situation here looks nice because it looks like they're all chatting together. But I want to see up top. Up here? I don't know. But I don't like that you kind of just, like, you have two Oshinoko figures and you have a 100 Girlfriends figure and they're blending together. I don't like that. I like having separation. That's just me. I'm doing my opinion on it. We do have some Chainsaw Man stuff. You seem to be a Chainsaw Man fan. We have a Freerun here and then some more Freerun back here. Is that Ram? Yeah. Looks like a bunch of Makima, so you must be a Makima fan. And a Taiga in the background. Now down here, we have an N64 game. Pretty cool. We have some Blu-ray there. I can see Call of the Night. It's not zoomed in enough for me to tell what these are or anything. Solid, solid. I think there's one more picture. Oh, okay, here we go. Dude's got the GPU collection. Is this it? Is this a GPU? Is this GPUs? I don't know what a GPU is. I don't know what a GPU is. I'm sorry. I have a Mac. Anyway, let's check out the collection here. So we do have some 007, Dunkirk, The Last of Us. Is that the season? Oh, yeah, that's the Blu-ray. Oppenheimer, very good. Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that the whole trilogy? Yeah, dang. Loki, good. Now getting into the anime here. Eminence of Shadow, haven't watched it. Dangers of My Heart, solid. Cowboy Bebop, solid. Freerun, solid. Darling in the Franxx, haven't seen it. Whole Violet Evergarden set, that's nice. And Silent Voice, and then some shooters. So, okay, so overall, no, please don't delete it. I have looked through them, and I've remembered the ones that are marked. So please, if you have if you deleted it, please DM me it real quick because I don't mind to. I made sure that I was not going to flash anything. Don't worry. Don't worry. But anyway, this one, it's a solid collection. It's got a great start. This is a great starting collection. You definitely understand how to do certain things like matching series together. And by the way, whenever I say you understand how to do stuff, I don't know how to do stuff. I'm just saying this is how I would have done it. I got a little bit of experience, but this is just my opinion. So if you disagree with me, you disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm not judging you to be like, your collection sucks. No, I don't care. But anyway, I do think you could straighten up a little bit, like these, put them, straight up and down with the rest. I don't know what these are, but maybe push this down here, put these somewhere else, or put these down here, and then put these somewhere else. The figures look nice, but I do think you're getting very close to needing a new shelf. I do like these rise shelves you did. I think you need some more of those. And then these, solid, but once again, you're needing more room. They did say it's outdated, so maybe it's coming to the point to where, you have gotten some new shelves since then, but I'm going to give it a solid. Do I be harsh or do I be? No, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be generous, and I'm gonna say a 7 out of 10. I think it's a solid collection. I just think it needs to be cleaned up just a little bit, and I do think it's very nice. So, very nice. Strix, I give you a 7 out of 10. Do we do this? Did we give him a rating? Did we give him a rating, or did we just save it for the VOD only? What do you guys think? Yeah, the problem is that there's just not enough space. He needs more space, and then it would look great. But currently, just not enough space, and it looks a little bit cluttered. Do we give him a rating on here, or do we save it for just on the VOD? You guys tell me. You guys tell me. Okay, we're gonna give it. All right, 7 out of 10. All right, next one. We got Cloudy here. Okay, small collection. Now, Cloudy, I know you're in chat. I know you're in chat. So we're gonna do a good rating here. I'll be honest. I saw yours earlier. I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're from, but I will say this: good selection. Good selection. I do like the selection here. You got an Iris, you got a Sylphie, you got a Roxy. Very nice. Very nice. I do like a good collection that has a good little selection here. Now, here's what I will say, and I don't know if there's enough room in these little boxes or not. I do like the boxes. I think they give a little bit of, kind of add a little bit to it. That's why I added a glass case in mine. But can you move Iris back and move Sylphie up so she's not leaning on this one? Can we do that? If so, might be working with something. Also, I do like this Roxy. I do like it. However, this little thing here, we need to move it over here if it'll fit. And if not, we move it right out here in front. We put it right in front of the boxes. It's a thought. It's a thought. Now, it is a smaller collection. Now, you say that you want to get a proper shelf when you get your own place. Fair enough. Fair enough. I will not judge you for having a smaller collection. Smaller collections can be great, but I'm going to judge you more harshly because I only have a few things to look at, so I have to judge what I see. So, if we were to get Sylphie to where she's kind of sitting in her own little area here in this corner, maybe move her back into the back corner, I think that'll add a point. And I do think we need to move this little gal up front here, put her in the middle, scoot the boxes back on the shelf a little bit, and put the little gal out here in front. Now, for whatever reason, you can't do that. I understand why you keep her in there, but, oh, Hu Tao. Okay, that's Hu Tao. Okay, can we fit her in this corner? If we can fit her in this corner, great. If not, fair enough. But if we can fit them to where they're not stacked on top of one another, solid 6. But because they're stacked on top of one another, I got to give you, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give you 5.5. That's not to say it's bad, because I bet we're gonna get some lower ones. But okay, they're acrylic. Okay, fair enough. I recommend getting one more and then put Sylphie in her own, and then we can add these little things into their own. I think that's a great way to do it, but I think it's a solid collection. I do think it's a solid start. I want to see what it looks like whenever I make another one of these in a couple months. I want to see a proper shelf, and I want to see how they look. But I think you can be looking good. I think we're getting somewhere. All right. Tipo64. All right. I'm liking this. Now I will say, wide variety here. Wide variety. I don't know what this is. It's a crab down here. I like this. This adds a point. I don't know what this is. What is this? I don't know what this is from. Now, two Takagi. I am pronouncing everything wrong tonight. 2 of these. Solid. Adds a point. I don't know what this is. I think that's JoJo. Moving on. 2 Pac-Man here. I think they're the exact same Pac-Man. No. This one's got squinty eyes. This one's got 1 squinty eye. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I like this. I like this. Here's what I'll say. Number 1, we need Pac-Man down here. Pac-Man needs to be off this base. Also, move this one over a little bit so that it's not blocking Pac-Man. When you get a collection like this, what you want is you want all of your stuff to not be blocking one another. You want it to be kind of offset. So you need it to offset one another so that it looks nice. If you offset it, then it looks really nice, because then everything gets its own little view. Now, I do like the thought here of putting the smaller stuff in the front, taller stuff in the back. The only thing that I'll complain about there is this little guy's hanging out back here in the back. I'd scoot this big fella, scoot him back a little bit, scoot this back a little bit. Let's put Pac-Man down at the bottom. I'd almost swap this Taki and this JoJo thing. Swap them around. I think that'd look a little bit better. Then you have like Taki both here at the wall. I think that'd look all right. And then you can move her over, put the crab in front of JoJo. Plushies, I like them. I'm always a plushie fan. It's a smaller collection. I will deduct 1 point for dust. There's some dust on here. We gotta dust them. My tummy is growling. We need to deduct 1 point for dust. This is not a big collection, so your number 1 thing is to make sure you keep a good dusted collection. If you can maintain that as a small collection, you can maintain it as you get bigger, because the habit will grow. I do like the variety. I think it's solid. I think it's a good start. I'm going to give you a 6.5. Actually, you know what? 7. 7 out of 10. 6, no, we're going to give him 7. I like a 7. I think it's a solid one. I like the Neko here. All right. Display cases help out with the dust? Absolutely. But, it's just, do you want to go through all the hassle of doing all that and everything? I mean, some people don't want to go through get a display case just for a smaller collection. Here's a bigger one. This is from Caitlyn. This is Cats Are Coolish. She does watch my videos sometimes, so we will see here. All right, so whenever it comes to the collection here, we do have quite a bit here. So we have banana fish. I do like, all right, some people don't like this setup here. To where you can see here to where you kind of zigzag the manga here. I'm kind of indifferent to it. I think if you have a smaller collection, I think it can look really nice. I think like here, this looks really nice because it kind of, you can put all your free run stuff there. It looks really nice. I will say, I love like this. This shelf looks amazing. This shelf looks great. This shelf, 8 out of 10. This one looks really nice. I would find something else to do with the free run, but otherwise it looks great. This shelf, 10 out of 10. Looks great. This shelf looks really nice. Moving on over here, we got Snowman over here on the Mario Kart. Peak. We got some, is that JoJo up there, up top? All right, solid. I am personally a big fan of mixing my medias. So I have like, you know, you put your manga and your Blu-ray and your figures all together. I like that. I think it looks nice. I think it makes it feel more homely and not so much of a office. But I really appreciate here the attention to keeping all your series together. And I think that looks really nice. Like you got, what is this, fruit baskets here? Really nice. Really nice. I've got K-On! Down here. Bunch of different ones here. I like it. Big Nintendo collection there. Some Pokemon stuff down at the bottom. We've got some Nintendo stuff here. Is that Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga? That adds a point on its own. We got a Piranha Plant up here. Got some older Nintendo. Got a VR thing. Alright, now going to the next post. Got some pops here. I will say for these, we need, if you got some risers to put in the back here, thing that I use, hang on. Ow. Alright, so if you get these are the pop protector things. If you buy Chalice Collectibles right now, if you buy a free run pop, you get one for $10 extra. You might say, well, that's not a deal at all. It's not. But anyway, I just, anyway. So what you can do is like, instead of having your pops like this, what you can do is you can have your pop down here, and then you can put this thing back behind it, and you can put him up here. I think with like this right here, I think that'd be a great way to make it work really well. So just recommendation, these little plastic things, you can get like 20 of them on Amazon for like $15. So I would recommend that. I think it would look really nice right there. But that was just a minor thing. How do I make, all right. The problem is now I am getting bots on Twitch. That's not ideal. Okay, here we go. I like this. This looks really nice. I like the variety here. I like all the plushies. I like the little pin board here. Like this. This looks nice. I like these type of pins a lot. Nice poster. Another nice poster. Is that Mau Mau? I like it. I like it. Let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else. We do. There's a lot. Oh, IKEA shelves. Miku shelf. Nice little pin light. Some more Funko. More Funko. Looks nice. I like this shelf. Gives you room to expand. Looks a little bit bare right now, but it gives you plenty of room to expand. Hololive shelf. I like this one. This one looks nice. I like the kind of making an arch around it and all the Pikachus. Wait, no, you can't see it. Whoops. But I do like this shelf down here. Nice shelf here. Room to expand. And then this is a nice looking shelf. I don't know why you don't have that Miku with this Miku, but I assume you have a reason for that. But I would recommend putting this Miku with the other Mikus. But I understand if maybe there's not enough room or something. Finally, we have these little round shelves, and I don't know what they are. What in the world? These are interesting. Does it spin? I guess it spins. That's neat. It's really neat. There's some Dragon Maid there. I think this is Angel Beats. I think. More Than a Married Couple's down there where you guys can't see it. I tell you what, this is a nice collection. This is a nice collection. I enjoy all of the detail here. My new apartment is filled with all the collections, all my collections. I just got my first big job a few months ago, so my collection will be much more cohesive and filled in the coming years. We definitely have different tastes, but I hope you can appreciate my collection. Absolutely. I think it's a solid... do we give it a 9 or a 9.5? You guys tell me. 9 or 9.5? I think there is stuff to improve about it. Like with these, I think you could definitely put these in there and make it like amazing. I think it could look really, really nice. But I think for what it is, and they said they just got a new apartment, so this looks really nice. I think it looks great right now. Let's give it a 9.5. All right, 9.5 out of 10. Solid. All right, let's move on. All right, Pop-up Waifu here. All right, updated anime collection. Yes, I know I need more space. And another bookshelf. And yes, I know I still haven't finished Lego Optimus. All right, so we have a similar thing to before. We have figures in front of manga. Now I will say I enjoyed with the last one to where we kind of split up the manga. So like with this one, what we would do is move the manga down. But I do see you have a big figure in the back, so it makes sense. Makes sense that it would be harder to do that. We have some Nindroids here. Aruka, like that. Big Yosuke no Sora there. Lots of Blu-ray here. I do appreciate that. Some Love Live there. New game. Even some Japanese Blu-ray. Very nice. Shadow House. A Takina here. Yes. A U back here in the back. A Fern. Bunch of acrylic stands right there. A big acrylic stand of Akane. A Chica. I do like this. I'm going to be honest. These type of acrylic stands, I think what I would do, if this was mine, I would take this and I would put it up here. I would put it on top. I don't know if it'll fit, but if it was mine, I would try to make it fit. And I would put this up here. I would put it up here on top of these books. And I think it would look really nice. Nice Chica there. Shadow House. Flamingo's Moon, a few of them. Let's see here. We do have a Freeing Bunny. I think that's the first one we've seen tonight. Lots of this character from Classroom of the Elite, and a lot of Classroom of the Elite, so you're a big fan of that. Small figure figure, big figure. I don't know if it's possible, but I'd almost put this figure in front and this figure in the back because this blocks more than that would. Just my opinion. I don't know what this is back here. We have a IMU thing there. Thank you for stopping by. Chica is my favorite waifu from Kaguya. Yeah, big fan of Chica. I'm more of a Hayasaka fan, but I am a big Chica fan as well. We have a big Nijisaki thing here. Licorice Recoil up there. Nisekoi in English and in Japanese, it looks like. Takina there. Grimgar. Some Kana. Same thing. If you could fit this up here, that would be great. Now, I'm not sure if you can, but if you could, that'd be great. A U figure. Shinobu. Demon Slayer. Nice, nice. Alright, so I will say, and you say you need a new bookshelf. So I'm gonna be a bit generous. I'm gonna be a bit generous, saying that you're almost running out of space. So I'm gonna be a bit generous. I think it could use some improving, but I like the variety. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Oops. 8 out of 10. Solid. Solid. But I think, obviously, it could do a few changes to it, but I think it's a solid collection. Alright. We got Oi Me Case here. Congrats on 1,400 followers. I'll post some random parts since I never have taken an overall view of everything. Also, I don't have much room left, so I just stacked them together now. Also, adding a picture of one of my I am burping that body armor bad. Also, adding a picture of one of my Hayo's altar offering for one of her birthdays. Alright? Sweet. Alright. So we have a little bit of a figure collection here. I do enjoy this. Got some glass in the back here. I think those are mirrors. I do like that. That does make it look nice. And a glass case makes it look nice. We have a Hyeno here. Her altar. I respect the grind. Got some spicy stuff down here. But I respect the grind. We got the Nindroids here. Got a bunch of figures. I respect it. I think it looks nice. Got a bunch of figures here. I get what you're saying on that they're on top of one another. I think I'm trying to. Is this Yuri? Is that a Lucky Star? That's Yuri. Some K-On! Some PS3 games in the back there. This is a lot. And this is just some random parts of it. So I don't know what else you have. I'd love to see a zoomed out picture of this, to see what this cabinet looked like in the room. But I think it looks nice. And this is a nice figure. This is a nice figure. And I like the way that it's done. I think it looks nice. Now this is a bit much. It's really nice. Like, I like these figures. I would get this Yuri set. I would get this figure. I would get this figure. I would get this figure. I think there's a 2B back there. I think that's a Rin back there. I like the K-On! Stuff here. Kind of a blurry picture, but I like it. I think you need Azusa, unless there isn't an Azusa, but I think it looks nice. Overall, I don't know enough about it. I just don't know. So I'm going to give you I'm going to give it a solid 6 out of 10, but +1 for hyena. So we'll give him +1 for hyena. So 7 out of 10. All right. Exclamation point. All right. Moving on. We got Philip. We got OG Phil here. I probably should check for a few of these because I've kind of forgot which ones have the safe for work stuff in them. Oh well. All right, I'm liking this. This looks nice. This looks nice. I'm feeling it. All right, so up here we got some. Is that Fly Me to the Moon? It is Fly Me to the Moon. We started a threesome up here. We've got Dangers in My Heart up here. Okay, if I had to complain, just from zooming in, you got some citrus down here, you got some citrus up here. We need citrus to be together. We don't want to separate them. Also, we got a Days My Stepsister figure up here. I like that. I like that a lot. We got some Bochi. I love this Bochi figure. I didn't know that was a thing. I like that. That's a nice figure right there. Megumin in her little swimsuit thing here, or gym outfit. I like it. I've got that. Konosuba here. Got some more of them over here. We do need to move Megumin over here and then move... I would almost swap these two around because the net's kind of blocking darkness, but otherwise it looks nice. I do like these figures too, by the way. We got some Runner Girlfriend figures there. Very nice. Up here. Alright, so we've got some custom art here. I like it. So we've got a Marin here in a, I think that's Street Fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lot of butt action there. I think this is more Marin in different outfits. So we've got like your Spider-Gwen. I like it. Got some different figures up top here. Don't know what this thing here is, but it looks nice. Air freshener, always good. We got Oppenheimer here, always good. Mau Mau, always good. Chizuru, even better. And a Bulma figure, or a Bulma thing here. And I do like this artist. I think they do a very good job. Yeah, you know, there's nothing really wrong with this collection, to be honest. Now, I will say, we do need to do some organizing here. We need the citrus up here with the citrus. We need, you know, to just you know, make it look a little bit nicer. I don't look bad. Oh, there's a Yor here, too. I didn't even see the Yor. I think, though, it's on the right track. You have an excellent selection. I love the selection. Do I have any quintuplet posters? I do not have any quintuplet posters. I have a wall scroll that I don't have hanging up. You have an excellent selection. However, I do think you could optimize how it looks. I think you could, you know, make some, maybe make 2 or 3 shelves that are just manga. Maybe make these only manga. And then make a shelf that is just figures. And I think it would look really nice. I think you could swap these around. You always want your tallest figure to be in the back. And then maybe it's just your favorite. And if that's your favorite, absolutely, that's fine. But I'm going to go on out on a limb here and say Megumin's your favorite because you got 2 of her. Also, I love these Bochi things. Also, there's a mommy back here in the back that I could not even see. So we do need to move her somewhere else. But I do like, your stuff is great. Your stuff is great. I love the posters. I love this. This looks great. I love this. This looks really nice. You obviously have good taste. However, I do just think we need to clean it up just a little bit. That's not saying that it's dirty. I think you look nice on it. I don't see any dust or anything. It looks nice on that. I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's ugly by any means. I just don't think that we're optimizing our shelf layout as good as we could. So for that, I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10. But I think it's a solid start. I think it's a really solid start, and I think it can be even better. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. And we're going to move on. But a solid one there. Philip, you did a good job. How many versions of quintuplets figures do you have? Oh, gosh. Figures, like 7, but The acrylic stand's like probably 30. Okay, yeah, this is the one that I cannot. Hang on. Let me double check. All right. I can show the first one. I cannot show the second one. All right. Let me go through here and let me just, I'm not looking at it. I'm just trying to see if I can see any breast. All right. So, first off here, this is our computer setup here. By the way, this is Minori. Congrats on 400 followers, or 350 followers. What happens if we have not safe for work merch in our collection? I'm just not going to look at that slide. Or I just won't zoom in on it. If it's not prominent, I'm not even, I'll just, like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. But let's look at this first one here. This is your computer setup. You have Megaman Butt here. You have, I sometimes hide their feelings in Russian here. Like it. You have Ria's here. I mean, it looks nice. It's very lewd, but it's nice. Here we have a printer. We have the same Megaman figure we've seen twice now. Lots of containers here. And another computer? What is this? Anyway. I think that's a lewd sticker on that. Okay, let's move on to your figures here. So, this is their figure layout. I like this. I like this a lot. However, why is these boxes down here? Why is there a box in the thing here? I felt like we could put these outside, and then we could put the figures inside. I think we can do that. We have two bunny girls here. It looks like they're doing a standoff here, like they're gonna have a high school dance-off. Pretty cool. Top right is Stayed Alive. Is it? Is this Stayed Alive? Oh, I thought it was Haruhi. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know who this girl was. Whoops. Alright. I think we can use it, yeah. So, there. So, we have, obviously, some lewd stuff. We have Dangers in My Heart, or not Dangers in My Heart, Darling in the Franxx, some lewd Nekopara in the middle. We've got, I've got this figure. This is a nice figure. Another, I think this is a cast-off. Miku, Nino. I like the layout. Just the, this is the, what's it called? A Sister's All You Need. From that, more that Iris, Eiffel Tower, Whale, Shiro. I am shocked this is the Shiro figure you have. I have this Shiro. I figured you'd have a much lewder Shiro. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a really nice collection. It's a 6.9 out of 10. But in reality, it's an 8 out of 10. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. I did not know who that was. I thought it was an original character. Solid collection. I'm not going to look into it anymore because it does have a lot of lewd stuff in it. But solid collection. I do appreciate it. Alright. Anthony here. Kind of messy, but whatever. Alright. First up here, we got some posters. Got some posters on the wall. We got Spice and Wolf. We got ReZero. Got Slime. And got Anya here. I like it. I like this. I don't know what it's referencing, but I like it. I know the meme, but I don't know what that's from. Got a nice bed. Nice bed. Looks like you got Anya stickers. Is that an iPad? I see Comey there. We got some different posters up here. Solid taste. Alright. I like this little thing. I like it a lot. Here's what I will say. I mean, it's a solid lineup here. However, you should take them out of the box. You should at least this one, at least the girlfriend one. We don't need it in the box. At least this one. These I can understand if you want to leave them in the box. However, let's peel the $20 thing off of it here. We don't need the $20 thing to stay on there. But I do like the selection here. Chainsaw Man, very nice. Got a Luffy thing over here, very nice. Looking down here at the Blu-rays, we have, looks like a Silent Voice. 2 copies of it. Looks like it. Black Lagoon, Death Note, Ghost in a Shell, Hunter x Hunter, Made in Abyss, Call the Night Girls Last Tour. Some good things. Hayuka, Kiki's Delivery Service. Some more Ghibli over here. When They Cry. Ruby, Promare, My Hero Academia. Oh, here's a zoomed in of it. It's a good selection. Perfect Blue. It's a good selection. Real good selection here. Oh, okay, over here, which you cannot see it, but it says 2 Silent Voice Blu-rays. Are they different? One is from Japan, one is from the US. Okay, solid, solid. That is my favorite little part here. This is the Ichika figure from Quintessential Quintuplets. It's a little mystery figure, so I like it. I like it a lot. I'll say, I like your selection. You have a really nice selection. I do enjoy it. I just think, kind of similar to that other one we talked about, I like this setup. This setup's really nice. I like this setup, but I think we can easily fit all of those on this shelf out of the box. At least this one. At least this one. We could put her here, him here, and then we could put these pops behind them if we kept them in the box. But let's peel these $20 stickers off of them. I'm going to give you a solid, be generous, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I think it's good. I think it's good. All right, next up, Nero. Let's see here. The meme poster, I think, was you. Oh, okay. All right. So we have a bit. Mine's on the smaller side. Also have a lot of ebooks as well. I'm gonna burp more now. All right. So it looks like we have some regular books here. Divergent, The Fifth Wave. Got Bleach mixed in there. Delicious in Dungeon. Solid choice there. What is that? The Saga of Tanya and Evil. Alright. Oh, it's her. Alright, we got a race down here. ReZero. It's a fat ReZero box. I don't know what that is. Mashoko Tensei. That shelf is struggling. Mashoko Tensei is wearing it down. ReZero. Black Clover. My Hero Academia. I like the consistency. I like it a lot. I think it looks really nice when you have all of them the same up here, all of them the same, all of them the same. You even got a Funko Pop there. I think it looks really nice. Also, what are these? Are these sticky notes that you have drawn on, or little papers that you have drawn on, or somebody has? I think they're sticky notes. Whatever they are, they're really good, and I like them a lot. It's a smaller side. Yes, your collection is definitely on the smaller side. However, I like it. I think it looks nice. I gotta commend you. Yeah, Mashoko Tensei is way in this shelf down. But it looks nice. It looks nice. They definitely want to put their books like this, but they're having to put some up here. So I'm not going to judge them too much for that. Other collections, they definitely could do that, but they just didn't do it. This one, they just ran out of room. So I'm going to give you a solid, for the size, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, this one I think is the one that I had to worry about. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, but let me check. No. Nope, we're good on this one. And it seems to be a nice one. All right, so this one, this is from Double Jajin. The collection is split into a display area, my living room, and my gaming streaming weeb cave, and could easily take 10 plus photos. I'm also in the process of reorganizing, but this is most of it more or less. Yeah, I have a collection. Man, I gotta stop drinking that. I can't talk and drink that thing. I will be showing off my anime collection on August 6th, so stay tuned for that. Video coming out soon. This is nuts. This is nuts. I cannot even. So, it looks really nice from a distance. Also, this woman has her breast out. But it's too far away for YouTube to recognize it, so we're good. We've got a Geshiko Magical Rolls up here. We've got a Dragon Maid. We've got another Dragon Maid. Doki Doki Literature Club. There's just a lot to look at here. We've got some more. I think these are just boxes, maybe? We've got a Miku bag. We've got some more figures up here. Got another figure in her box. Another figure in her box. I like this. Glass case. Looks nice in there. Watkins Glen Grand Prix. Nice. I like this. This looks nice. Good figure selection here. Good figure selection here. I'd love to see more of this, because I do think it looks really nice. I do think, if anything that I had to say about this whole thing, is that I'd like to see more of this out of the boxes. And if these are out of the box, we don't need the boxes to display. It's just mine. I have boxes. I don't display them. They get put in the attic. So I get it. They're nice looking boxes. And if, like, I don't think this is figures that are in the box, because here she is. Like, she's right there. So why is her box here? We don't need her box there. But otherwise, I mean, it's a nice looking display. It's very, very, like, woof, everything is everywhere. Like, there's no wall space, which is fine. It doesn't look crowded. It's on the verge of looking crowded, but it doesn't look there yet. It's still working. Yeah, there's a little Mario down here even. Is that the horse racing game? I think. Doom over here. There's a lot. Yeah, I'd be afraid if you bumped into this, you'd knock over like 15 things. This one too. You got a lot. You got a lot. And I mean, it looks nice. If I saw this room, I'd be like, man, that looked cool. Not exactly how I would do it, but I definitely can appreciate it. And I mean, you have some good stuff. Really good stuff. And I mean, yeah, okay. Here's this. There she is. Well, why is the box here? We don't need the box here. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just for the sheer amount of stuff. But I do think it can definitely be improved a little bit, but it's not bad. Not bad by any means. Alright, moving on. Moving on. This one, from the ones I saw, this one looks nice. This one looks nice. So this is from Haruhi Suzumia. The woman, the myth, the legend. Based Haruhi. Go follow them. They're almost to 2,300 followers. The Haruhi series has a whole bookcase, as it's my favorite anime. I sort into everything A through Z by light novel, manga, visual novel, VHS, DVD, UMDs, Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray, CDs. Notable items include the limited edition Haruhi DVDs, Platinum Evangelion DVDs. Most collections are complete. Alright, let's check it out here. So right off the bat, I love the look of this thing. This is a nice collection. It's appealing to the eye. The last collection we looked at, it looks nice. It was nice and it was impressive. This is clean. This you can look at for a long time. You can appreciate it. Now that's not to say that it's any better. We'll get into that as we look closer. But from distance, I think it looks a little bit neater. So here is the Haruhi shelf, it looks like. I guess this is... Here's the novels. I guess. Looks nice. Lots of this. I guess these are the Blu-ray and everything. Nice. I guess this is the manga. Look, I mean, it looks really nice. I can see you're working on the freeing set. Good luck. You've got the two easier ones. You've got, this is a hard one to find. This is a hard one to find if you can find it without the blue tights, which I don't think they are, so very nice. I do like this shelf. Looks really nice with all of the different tiny figures and everything. This is a nice setup where you got them all dancing and everything. I like the layout there. Like this up here. Very nice. We got some Canon over here. We've got Rent a Girlfriend. Looks really nice. No bowling from these shelves. Looks nice. What is this? Azuki-chan. Jahi. Berserk. Chainsaw Man. Konosuba. Mushoku Tensei. We've got some Blu-rays. And some DVDs. Attack on Titan. That is complete. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that it's just this wall. If so, it's a smaller collection, I'll admit that. But it looks nice. I like the setup here. I've got a couch here. I would assume you got a TV over here somewhere. Iris on the top shelf. Where do we see that? Oh, wait, no, oh, over here. Okay, I didn't even see that. Yeah, Iris and Roxy, and Amelia, and the slime people, and Megaman. I like it. More of them up here. Got a power up there. Nice. Overall, I think it's a solid collection. I think it's very clean. I do like how clean it is. It does make you really happy to look at. I think the more cluttered your collection, the more dangerous it becomes, because then it can really quickly start to be something where you're kind of overwhelmed looking at it, and you're like, I don't know where to look at. So I say it's a smaller collection compared to the last guy. The last guy had a massive collection, but it would be smaller in comparison. But this one, I think for the size of it, it looks nice. I would love to see what your collection looks like in a year or two, because I think as you expand now, you really need to work on basically just keeping it looking as good as it does. But overall, I think it's a really solid one. I still liked Caitlyn's a little bit better because I think this one, it looks really nice. It looks very clean, but there's not a lot of, besides the Haruhi stuff, which looks really nice. This has some personality, and this whole shelf has personality. This whole setup down here has personality, and I like that. I like that a lot. But I want some more personality in it. I want some more little details that make you really pay attention to it. I want it to be cluttered, but I want it to be a little bit more detailed. Just a little bit like a burping again. Just some things that catch your eye. You want it to be clean, but you don't want it to be too bare. So I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's a very good collection. Alright. So this was the biggest one by far. This is the Canon. They have 114 followers, but they have a massive room here. So here is their room here, and this is my apartment. Good gosh. So I would assume we'll get some zoomed in shots on this. I do like the Smash Bros poster up here. I think it looks nice. If anything, I'm going to comment that it's off-centered, but I understand. I understand a little bit there because it's hard to center that up, especially if you hung that before you did all this. Like the lighting. Like the lighting looks nice. I like the plushies. Even the plushies hanging on the blinds over here. Oh, it's not. Oh, we got Amiibo. Got a lot of Amiibo. I appreciate that. Nice shelving there. That's the PVC, or that's the pipe layout there. Looks nice. It's different, but it looks nice. Need some cord management down here, but solid. Solid. Record player. Cool. Lots of posters. Lots of posters. We got a bunch of Miku over here. Got a bunch of figures. Bunch of Nendroids. School Live set up there. That's neat. That's unique. I always love collections that have like one unique item. Like something that you're like, huh, that's not in a lot of other collections. That's kind of why I got my like Chisato uniform. Now the Attack on Titan display, and then the giant Nezuko. She hadn't been on camera today. There you go. But anyway, yeah, I like unique things. I think this School Live thing does that quite a bit. I love the lighting. The lighting looks great. I can't really tell what's in here because you didn't take any zoomed in pictures, but overall, it looks really nice. Is this like your dining room? Good gosh. Yuri. Some cool stuff over there. It looks nice. It looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing really wrong with this. I mean, setup-wise, it's about as good as you're gonna get. And I don't know what you're watching on the TV. But yeah, nice. Cable management once again, but otherwise I think it looks really nice. I mean, I'm trying to find something wrong with it, and I can't. It looks really nice, especially for that setup. For being an apartment, that looks really, really nice. I tell you what, solid. 10 out of 10. No issue. No issue there. You easy 10 out of 10. I like it. I like it. Alright. We got Thank You Ozzy. I would assume that they changed their name. This is Jibus Matam. Pretty cool. Wish mine was as big as it was back in... Wish mine was still as big as it was in college, but this is everything I've kept over the years. Alright, so we've got a little Blu-ray shelf here. So the last one, I think it's a 10 just because I haven't put a 10 and I want to give at least one 10. I think out of the ones I've seen so far, I would put it slightly above Caitlyn's because I couldn't find anything wrong with it. Caitlyn's, I had like one thing that I found wrong with it, but it was very nitpicky. And it was just because I was trying to find something wrong with it. And I mean, she can easily fix that. But I was trying to find some way to put hers slightly above, or this last one slightly above hers. But, you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this one here. Alright, so I got a bunch of Blu-rays here. Got a bunch of Blu-rays. Got some PS4, got some Switch stuff here. I don't know what your organization is at all. I don't know where it came from. We do have some, we got an Isabelle, and we got a Pikachu, and we got a Sonic amiibo. Nice. Evangelion, nice. Blockbuster, nice. Selection here is great, because I see a Panty and Stocking, Toradora, Haruhi. It's a lot of good stuff. Yuri, Azumanga Daioh, I think that's how you pronounce that. Another Yuri down here. It looks great. It looks like a great collection. However, I think we need to organize this a little bit better. I think maybe this is, I don't know what your layout here is. Is it Blu-rays up here? I don't think that's how you're doing it. Is it Blu-rays and then games and then DVDs? But then why is there a random manga down here in this corner? I don't know what you're going for here. Is there Gravity Falls? Do we see Gravity Falls? I don't know. Oh, up here, yeah. Dallas Cowboys, Tidy Cats. I like the layout. I like everything here. I think it definitely can. We need some organization, but your stuff that you have is great. It is great. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Alright, moving on. We got Patrick. Oh. Nope. Never mind. Patrick does not. They went private. So, never mind. We got a clone here. Clone 6850. They're almost to, well, they just hit 400 subscribers or followers. Congrats. Not much, but it's an honest amount. Alright, we'll see. I like the shelf. The shelf looks nice. Nice figure here. We've got... what is holding this up? Like, is it hanging off the shelf? I'm not sure how I feel about that, but everything else here looks nice. Silent Voice collection there. A little bell. I like the bell. We got a Funko Pop there. The one where he's riding a frog. Big endeavor here. Really like that. A monkey. A duck. A Bucky the beaver. Another bunny. I like them. I like this duck. He's nice. I like this monkey. I like him. I got a body pillow here. An Emmett blanket. Nice. Nice body pillow, though. Nice. Let's see here at the next one. And some stuff in Oomph got me. Nice little button. Nice. I don't know what this is, but nice. I like this. This is the type of stuff that I love. This is the type of stuff that it really just, it brings me joy to see stuff like this in a collection. Because I get a lot of people, and I've gotten multiple people doing this, so I'm not calling anybody out. But I've got a lot of people that they'll say, You know, why do you have like tiny stuff in your collection? Like, for example, like these things. Like I unboxed these, and like, why do you have these? Like, why do you put these in your collection? And to me, I like stuff like this because I could easily just get Fring bunnies. I could get a whole collection of Fring bunnies, and I could spend nothing else on. I could spend nothing else but on Fring bunnies, and yeah, it would look really impressive. However, by getting stuff like this, by getting stuff like this thing, and stuff like this, this here, um, and stuff like the like Funko Pops and Nendroids and stuff like that, it widens your collection. It makes it more personal. It makes your collection more enjoyable, in my opinion, because you're gonna remember little stuff like this a lot more than when you bought a Fring bunny. Yes, the Fring bunny is gonna look a lot nicer in your collection, but when you have a little thing like this, it has a little moment with you almost. And yes, it doesn't mean a lot, but it means enough. And I think little things like this, like since somebody bought it for you, that's really cool. And I think you'll remember this more than you will others. Same thing with this. This is adorable. This is absolutely adorable. It's a smaller collection, absolutely. But I like the variety. I like it. 6 out of 10. But very heartwarming. No, very good selection. Alright, yep. I like it. I like it. Alright. Moving on. Here is my collection. It's not much. This is from Mitsuo Aami. Let's check it out here. So, it's a blurry image. So we got plus-sized elf. Got some gaming controllers up here. I think that's some nasal spray. A Funko Pop. Don't know what this bag is. All right, I'm gonna be honest. Be honest. It's a little messy. It's a little messy. The contents is not bad. However, it's a little messy. It's a little messy. So, if we clean it up, I think we're working with something. I think I gotta give it like 5 out of 10, but has potential. All right, 5 out of 10, but it has potential if organized. All right, moving on. Solid, 5 out of 10, but potential if organized. I think that's fair. Oh gosh. Juan, the Wind Mage. Okay. Yes. That is not a good camera, but it's a solid stick of deodorant here. Very nice. I don't know exactly. I mean, I see the Rogue the Bat here. That looks nice. There's a trophy of some sort. Nice. There's one of these little squids you can flip in and out. Nice. Sylvian. Nice. Aqua. Nice. I don't know what this is. Bernadette. Nice. Pac-Man Funko. Nice. Some pills. A degree deodorant. A bag. mean, I think you could just organize it a little bit better. I think you could. 5 out of 10, but 5 out of 10, but it can be higher. It's a solid collection. It's a solid collection. Oh, Juan, you're here. Okay, yeah. Okay, Juan, I'm gonna give you exactly what I would do if this was my collection. Here's what I would do. All right, so the Switch games down here, turn them on their side. Turn them on their side. Put them this way, because then it makes them look like they're more. If you turn them wide, like, all right, for example, like, I'm gonna take this for an example. No, that's a bad example. What can I use for an example? CDs. Okay, so if you take this stack of CDs and you got them like this on a shelf does not take up as much room as this does. So if I put them like this, it makes them go wider. And whenever I take them and make them wider, it makes my collection look bigger, even though it's smaller. So you can take advantage of having a smaller collection. You can make it look bigger. I would even, some of your favorite games, put them out like this. So then hang on. So then what you do is you have like a bigger, your favorite game or your favorite manga or whatever, you can put it like this, and then it's easy to show off that cover more to your friends and everything. And I think that's a great way to do it, and it makes it very simple. I think you could definitely do that with your game selection down here. I think there's a lot of potential here because I like the organization. I do like the Aqua figure, and I do like the Three Houses figure. I commend that. I like this stuff. This stuff is personal stuff, and I like that a lot. I think that does deserve to be in a collection like this. I just think, I love the deodorant display. Yeah. Maybe get you a little table and put it right here, and maybe let's put that and this over there. I think that'd be great. But I think, otherwise, it's a great collection. I definitely think it's a great starting point, and I think it has a lot of potential to go a lot higher because you got some cool stuff already. I think you just need to kind of organize it just a little bit, and it'll be better. I think even if you took everything you got right here and you organized it, I think it could be a solid 7 out of 10. But I think right now it just needs to be organized a little bit. If you got to leave this stuff on the shelf, maybe put it down here and maybe move this stuff up here. I think we need to organize this a little bit, but otherwise it looks nice. I think there is a lot of potential here. So, yeah. Yeah, and you don't need a lot of space. You just need, just take advantage of your space, and I think it can look really nice. But yeah, solid collection. I approve of it. All right. Sheev Palpatine. The Senate himself is here, and we got some Lucky Star stuff. And some Star Wars stuff. How about that? All right. I feel like we almost need to... Hang on. All right, there we go. All right. So, we've got... What in the world do we have down here? We've got like 4 different versions of this figure. We've got a Miku. We've got a bunch of Lucky Star. Got a Bochi. I love this type of figure, so I'm going to give them credit there. Oops. That's my browser. Alright, we got the Deku Tree, a Lava Lamp, Star Wars poster. Lucky Star. No, I bet he doesn't have the quarter scale Lucky Star figures. I wish. I wish I had that. But a Yuri figure? Nice. Good selection here. And then a Lucky Star wall scroll or body pillow? Body pillow. Nice. Nice. Manga and DVDs in the drawer underneath. I think it's a well done collection. Here's what I will say. If I'm gonna be critical about anything, because I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. I think it's a 7 out of 10 collection. Here's what I will say. First off, I don't know what's in these boxes, but this is giving me anxiety the way they're stacked here. They're gonna fall over. They're gonna hit your lava lamp. Your lava lamp's gonna fall over, and you're gonna hit your figures. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Do you like the kind of lamp design here? I think it looks nice. And then I think this is I think it's nice. I think it's nice. But I think we just need to fix that, and I think we'll be in business. I like this. Solid. It's kind of hidden away. Armpit. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Let's check it out. 7 out of 10. Alright. Okay, one second. Oh, you were getting harassed for another post, not mine. Okay, I was about to say, I got nothing in my post, so it wasn't under mine. Alright, so next up here, we got Olive. So, mine, 299 volumes, 2 not in those images. Plus, my Licorice Recoil X Oshinoko figure collection. Yeah, yep, half of the space is just Chisato, because I love Chisato. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what we're working with here. Alright, so manga collection here. A lot of Fire Force. I like it. I'm going to be real happy here because it's in alphabetical order. I think that's nice. Is it? Oh, because you put Oshinoko at the top. That's fine. I appreciate that. A lot of figures up here up top. Looks nice. So you got a Chisato shelf, then you got the rest. I like it. I like it. You need a new shelf. You need a new shelf. But I appreciate the collection here. I think it looks nice. Licorice Recoil there. Space Brothers. Suzume. Spy Family. I'd be very curious where you're from because this is all weird art to me. Rent a Girlfriend there. It's very weird how they do it because they're doing it like upside down from how the rest of the world does it. But your name there, Your Lie in April. Here's the collection here. Alright, so I'm going to be critical on anything. It's that I think you just need more space. You definitely need more space whenever it comes to like this and this. But I like the layout. I like this. I think these figures look really nice. I do like the way you've got it laid out here. I think it looks really pretty. I do think you need to dust just a little bit. It's not bad. I don't see it in any other pictures, but it's just right there. That might be the top of the shelf. That could be the top of the shelf, but if it's not, you need to dust that. Quintessential quintuplets. Look at the thing here. Look at the font work on that. Look at the artwork on these. These are beautiful. Where in the world do these people live? These are beautiful. Love this. I mean, overall, it looks nice. you definitely could use some organizing, and it definitely could be more, more organized, better. But I like the, the dedication. I love your plan here looks great. I think it just needs some organization, and I think it needs a little bit of, kind of organization and more shelves, basically. Also, I recommend this. Get a nail, a tiny, tiny, tiny nail. Little paneling nail is what we call them over here. I don't know where you're from, so I don't know what they'd call them where you're at. Get a little paneling nail, and then take a hammer, and then drive it through this shelf right here, and then drive it into this shelf. And it'll make that, hang on, alright. It'll make this gap shrink up there. And then all you gotta do is just pull the nail whenever you decide to move the shelf. So I think that, otherwise, I think it looks nice. I'm going to give you a solid 7 out of 10. 7.5. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Let me check here. How many of these do we got to go? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we can do that. Where are we at? Right here. Okay. Alright, we have S1719. Let's see what we're working with here. We got some, we got the Miku. We got the Miku doll. Ooh, that's nice. I like the glass shelf. I like it a lot. I like this. I think the layout looks really nice. Another Miku there in front of the Love Live people. Not today, but we will have another one of these soon. So I'll post another link here in about a week or so, and then you can put yours there, and then you can be in the next one. So don't worry, we will have more of these. If anything, what I would recommend here is, I think Miku's a little bit taller than these Love Live girls. I would put her off to the side or in the back, but I think otherwise it looks nice. Some nice stuff down here. Here's some up close stuff of the Kurumi shelf, looks like. Nice. Nice My Dress Up Darling. I like the figure. I like this. I think it looks nice. We got some more down here. That is an erect thing there. And there's some dead goblins in the back. That is a... Moving on. Oh, I like this. Good lineup there. Good lineup. Alright, I think it's solid. I'm going to give you an extra point just for simply this Miku doll, because that is insane. And I do like the way you've got her posed here and everything. I think it looks really pretty. I love that thing. I would love to have one of them. I think everything else looks nice. I think you definitely add some stuff to it. We need to work on some of the taller figures that are in front here. I think like Miku here and that. I think you could move them to the side there so you can see this lineup here. But otherwise, I think it looks nice. I think you definitely are on the right track. You got some great figures. And I think this is a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Oops, that's just a list of me ranking everything. Alright. Nope. Alright. I almost said booty. Bootai. They have 63 followers. Alright, let's see what you're working with here. Lots of figures in front of manga. But a lot of good figures. So first off here, first thing I'm noticing is we got a Lum here. Very nice. Haruhi. Demon Slayer. Nice. Megumin. Some Kurumi. Some Mai. Lots of Mai. We got some Pokemon. Some Nanan Bayori. We do have some down here at the bottom. We have we do have a Kurumi Nindroid. That is hard to find. We do have what looks like to be a Doki Doki Literature Club, Roxy, Taki, Kurumi, I think, with her legs spread there. I think this is a Super Sonic. Maybe we'll have some close-ups here. Before we do that, we do have some Komi Can't Communicate here. You had to put some on top there, but it looks okay because it's stacked straight. I can't recognize any of these other ones, but they do look blue box. Does look like it's somewhat in order. Well, never mind. But it does look nice. We do have a TV setup here and an old TV, CRT. We have a PS5 that's listening to his favorite tunes. Here, let me bring that back down. We've got, looks like a little collection here. We got a Nijika, Sagari, Roxy, little figure here, little figure there. I like the setup here. This is a nice setup. It makes me feel at home seeing this. Also, we got this setup. Got a Bochi the Rock mat here. Looks like you've been reading the manga. Very nice. We got an Elena figure right underneath your lamp. Kurumi again, I think. Piplup, Mudkip, very nice. And here's all your Blu-ray. We do have some Demon Slayer. We got Belle, very nice. I would assume you're in Europe. Fate, Fire Force, K-On, Konosuba, Lucky Star, Suzume, Gridman, Neon Genesis, Mishoko. Very diverse collection here. I like it a lot. I like everything here. If I had to comment on anything, it's just that I think you need more space. And whenever I say you need space, that's not really a problem. I just think you need more space. 7.5 out of 10. I think it's solid. I don't really have anything wrong with it. It's just, you need more space. Because this is starting to look cluttered, but it doesn't look bad yet. So, I'm not going to say it's cluttered, because it's not. I can honestly see everything here. And it's not too cluttered yet. This looks really nice. I do like this. One could say this is cluttered. I kind of like it. I think it looks kind of homey. Reminds me of an old setup. I'd see it like my uncle's or something. This is like a nice setup. Or no, this reminds me of a setup I'd see it like my granddad's. I don't know if that's a compliment or what, but I do like it. I think it looks nice. But yeah, and this, I guess this is in a cabinet, which, if that's the case, that's fine. But I think you should display that. This looks nice. Overall, I think it looks nice. I'm very pleased with it. I think it's a solid 7.5. All right, moving on. All right, we got Beey Vtuber Manager. They have 192 followers. Let's check them out here. We got Assassination Classroom. We got Attack on Titan. Doesn't look like you get very far in any of your collections here. We need to kind of grow them a little bit more. We don't need to stop at 2, which, I mean, I've done that a lot. But your favorite ones, you should try to get the whole thing if you can. Which I know some of them are huge, so don't worry about that. Kase-san and Morning Glories. Very nice. Very nice. Vigilantes. My Hero Academia. Psycho Pass. I like it. You got some Marvel stuff down here. I think it's a solid collection. I think it's solid. I think it's an easy 6.5. No. For a manga collection, I'm going to say it's a 7 out of 10. Well, okay. I'm going to give it a 7 if it's in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It is. Alright, 7 out of 10. Sweet. Alright, yeah. Moving on. 7 out of 10. Did I... Oh, I shared one of them twice. Are you getting any Marvel Pop figures? I've got a few, but they're in storage because I never have displayed any Marvel stuff. Alright, we have Hello Unhappy. This is XO XIO X. They have 234 followers. And it looks like bottom shelf, I have no photo, but for my gosh, you got a lot of Sword Art Online stuff. A lot of Sword Art Online stuff. Here's what I'll say. I feel like you got this little one in the back. We move him up front. She needs to be up front. And I don't, maybe, oh, we got more. Maybe you can see from this side, and if that's the case, that changes everything, but from the direction you took the picture, it makes me think this is the way you're normally going to see it. So if that's the case, we need to move these little short guys up here in the front, move the tall guys back here in the back, and then it makes it look nice. Kind of like here, you got the short ones all lined out there, and you got the tall thing back in the back. I think it looks nice. I do like the commitment to have a lot from one series. I think it looks nice. But if we put these up here, put these in the back, I think it looks nice. I like the shelf. I like the shelf a lot. Alfonso mouse pad. It's an official one too. Very nice. Let's say, alright. I'm going to say 7 out of 10. Easily. Actually, 6 out of 10. 6.5 could easily go up. I feel harsh. Like, I say 6.5, but that's a good collection in my opinion. I think it's a good collection. Anything above 5, I think is good. This is a lot of Five Nights at Freddy. Frenmy. Alright. We got a lot of Five Nights at Freddy here. A lot of it. And Sonic the Hedgehog. More Freddy. Thomas. My gosh. I'm getting like whiplash here. But I mean, it's well displayed. It's very well displayed. So like you have all your tall guys kind of over here. And I can pretty much see all of them. Like I see the little skeleton guy here. It's Mangle. Yeah. And all these guys, they look nice. Like this. Get your Funko Pops up here. I like these. Need a new table for it. This is not a stable enough table for it. I would not trust that. Also, your Switch games are back there. Solid little setup here. Is this the carpet? if this is a carpet, then definitely we need to get these up higher. We don't want them to be damaged. And I'm not gonna ever hate on some Thomas. I love Thomas. I've got Thomas. It's not displayed, but I've got a bunch of it. I mean, I'm gonna give you a 6 out of 10. But if organized, could be higher. Some really neat variety. I like it. I like it. I gotta deduct points for the table. I gotta deduct points for the carpet. I got to. But the stuff is really cool. But just needs some more setup here. Just needs some more. Yeah, I just picked a random one. There was a few of them that I was trying to pick. So I've stolen your room for a thumbnail. Alright, next up here, we got, Shacker. Alright, Shacker here. What we got? What we working with? What we working with? Fate. Got a lot of Fate here. We got some Rent-A-Girlfriend shelf down here at the bottom. That looks nice. Like that. Love this motorcycle figure. That looks really nice. I think it's laid out really well. Is Saber? Is that her name? I think it looks nice. El Segura, we are not accepting new applications right now. If you follow me on Twitter, there will be an application for you very soon, and you'll be able to post it there, and then you can... Wait a second. Has my mic been, like, trash for a while? It has. How about now? Is that better? How bad has this mic been? Hold on. Hold on. Nope. Now I have no mic. Poof. Sorry. How's that? Is that better? Sorry. I did not... Nobody told me my mic died. That's why I have a backup one. But, can someone confirm that that is still working? But anyway. No, we're not accepting new exceptions right in applications right now, but we will be taking new ones soon. So follow me on Twitter. You can see that as soon as I do. All right, but anyway, solid collection. I think it looks nice. Got some cheesery stuff back here in the back. It's a simple collection. It looks nice. I think it looks nice. Let's give it a solid 7 out of 10. I think I don't really have anything to say about that. I think it just looks nice. Alrighty. Let me double check. This one might be the one that had some etchy stuff in it. No, nothing you can see. All right. Whoops. All right, so here is our shelf here, and it seems like it is just a one shelf deal here. So kind of like the other one, we've got a small collection, but it looks nice. So we got top shelf here. We got some Lucky Star, stuff like that. We'll look at it a little bit closer here in a minute. We got a girl with her butt in our face, right in the middle here. Good selection here. Let's check it out. Got Goku here, got Gizmo in the back. Good variety here. It's like the Lucky Star figure kind of looks out of place, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad. If anything, I'd get something to put this figure in the back here, raise it up a little bit, put it up a little bit higher, but otherwise look nice. This shelf looks nice. I can't tell what these are, but pretty good. Like the manga anyway. This is an insane figure. She's wearing a school backpack and she's got her butt out here for the world to see. Nice. These are very cool. I like these. I like the way you've got them displayed. Looks like they're running. Little Pikachu in a hat. I like this figure. I like these figures. They look nice. Gushing over magical rolls there. A Miku here. This shelf looks a little bit crowded, but otherwise it looks nice. I mean, overall, it's a well-done shelf. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think you need just a little bit more in your collection, if anything, and I think it, you know what? Yeah, 8 out of 10. I think it looks nice. I think it could be expanded upon, though. So, yeah, 8 out of 10. How many more we got? 1, 2, 3. All right, we got 3 of them. Let's see here, because I did have to draw a line because we did get a lot of submissions, and we were almost 2 hours, so it worked out well. All right. So, stth 2099. My anime shelf, leaving some space because I'm expecting more figures. Always good. Always good. We got some Nindroids here. Got Gushing Over Magical Rolls. I love the risers. Risers are looking nice. We got some good variety here. You know, I love these. These are my favorites. Personal favorites from me. Like this. Here's what I will say. If anything, I would take this figure. I would move it over here to the side. Kind of angle it to where it's kind of facing this way. Whenever it's facing this way, it kind of looks a little bit better because then it's kind of making your focus of the shelf go to the center. Like it looks nice. Also, nice figure here. Turn it so you basically have her face facing outward. Also, you might say, why are you more harsh on some collections? If I'm being more harsh on your collection, it means that I really like your collection. And I think it can be even better. If I'm being very bland on it, it means either A, it's pretty much done well enough to where I'm like, you just need more, or it's like, you need some stuff more, and I think it can really do well. Caitlyn, I went back and saw your review of my collection. Thank you for all the comments. I had that Miku stuff. Okay, because of the big hat. Okay, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Yes. Yes, your collection is the second best right now. But I really think you could easily have the best collection here in like a year or two because I love the variety of your collection. Yeah, but anyway, this Aqua, move it over here. Move this one, kind of turn it. I think it would look really nice. You're obviously a Suzumia fan. I agree. I think she's great. I love the variety of figures here, though. Very nice. Very nice. Nice little setup here. I like that you kind of have the boxes in the back. Some people can really make that work, and I think it worked out well here. We've got a few figures up here. Got some few figures here, and it looks like this is your computer. So it turned out well. I think it's a nice little setup here. I think it's a nice, well-rounded setup. I like the displays here and everything. What I would recommend is if you do run out of room here, get rid of these boxes, put them in a closet or something, put your figures up here, right on the edge of the shelf, and then you get a whole nother row of them. But otherwise, besides moving the Aqua here, I think it's great. I think it's a solid 8.5. Nope, just 5. All right, I gotta take another drink, so I'm gonna burp here in a minute. So bear with me. Alrighty. It's alright, we got from Sebastian here. Sebastian just hit 100 followers. By the way, it's small, but it's honest work. By the way, I'm from Colombia, and I've been collecting manga from 2 years ago. My favorites from my collection are Bleach, Remix, 3-in-1, Hatsune Miku, Bad End Night, and the Apothecary Diaries. Do I need to resubmit my collection for the next time you review? If I did not include it tonight, if you sent it by DMs, it's already got sent to next month because I just didn't have time for the DMs and the post ones. The DM ones will take priority next month. So if you send it by DMs, you don't need to send it again. Yours will be featured next month. If yours was in the replies of this post and you did not see it tonight, go ahead and whenever I post the post for next month, go ahead and post it again. Because, yeah, it probably, I don't know why I would have missed it, but yeah. It ain't the last one, is it? No. No. Yeah, we have one more, and it's not, the last one is not Slayer, so. I'm trying to, If it's in DM, just DM me again, and I'll try to look at it. So, anyway. Let's check it out here. Let's see what we're working with. All right. So Sebastian's set up here. I like this. So whatever country you're from, they obviously put the things in the bags. That's fine. I like the Frieren here. I like the Sakura Miku Funko Pop there. Love this. Like I said earlier, I love little things like this, and I think it looks really nice. Love the Mau Mau. Love the My Dress Up Darling. Got Frieren here. I got Canon, Bleach. It's a solid collection. I have really no problems with this. And I like that you have kept everything in these plastic bags. I think it looks really nice. It looks really clean. Yes, the DM submissions from this month will be featured next month. They will actually be the first ones we'll show next month, so stay tuned for that. I just didn't have time. We're already at 2 hours, and I knew that we would really be... I got like 12, 13 DM submissions, so they kind of filled it up, and some of them give me a lot of pictures, so I had to kind of condense them, and so basically... I just had to move them to next month, but we'll feature them. Don't worry. But this collection, I like this collection. I think it looks nice. It's simple, it's small, but it's clean, and I'm gonna give it a solid. No. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10, but very clean. Can't to see it grow. I'm gonna give positive feedback because that one I feel like definitely there's a lot of potential in that one. All right. Last one for today. We got Miss Mimi. Ryan Clark, I did. Yes, if you sent your collection in DMs, it will be next month, so stay tuned for that. We got a small girl, Miss Mimi, here. They have almost 2,000 followers. I read a lot of different genres and demographics, and I collect kawaii, so beware. I'm very niche, cliche girly. Enjoy though. Let me know whenever it comes on. I hardly watch streams. No attention span. Well, we are watching your stream. We are reviewing your collection right now. All right. First off here, we got some fat mangas here. Good gosh, these suckers are big. Kano-kan? I've never heard of this. These are huge. Gosh, those are some beefy manga. But it's a nice setup here. I would turn these to where they face outward because I don't know what these are, but otherwise it looks fine. Like this looks really nice, so I think you could definitely do something similar. Have no clue what these are. I don't know, but I'm gonna check out Kanokon because that looks nice. I like this guy. All right, okay. So you know what I said earlier about like organization makes the collection look, you want to look at an organized collection longer. It's kind of how I'm feeling here. This could be an amazing collection because there's a lot of variety here. Some of the best collections, in my opinion, have color. And this is a lot of color. I like this. This is a lot of colorful stuff here. You got some pink, you got some blue, you got some white, you got some purple, brown, orange. Looks nice. Looks a lot, like there's a lot to look at here. However, immediately my eyes go to, these are upside down. This one's backwards. These are tilted over. These are tilted over. These look like they might fall. And it gives me anxiety. However, I think if you organized it, I think it could look really nice. I do. I really do. I don't know if it's possible to get like a riser in here. Like maybe get a riser back here. You put some manga in the front, put some manga in the back, kind of higher up, and it could look really nice. Once again, I recommend these. These are plastic Funko Pop protectors. They sell these for 20 of them for like 10 bucks on Amazon. You put them here, and then you take your whatever, and you put it here, even manga. All right, so you take this, and if you have a manga thing, hold on. If you had a manga, you put your manga here, then you put your manga here, and then bam, bam, looks really nice. And it could solve this problem that we've got here. But I'll ignore that for a minute, and we do have some cool stuff here. We do have, I think this is Damien as a little thing there. We've got a little Demon Slayer guy. We've got a lot of little neat stuff here. A Pochita thing, an Anya thing, Railgun thing, a Hello Kitty thingy. I mean, it looks nice. We got some more even. This looks better. This this is more appealing to look at than this, but this is still nice. I like the variety is great. The variety is great here. Rising the Shield Hero. Got some plushies up here. I like this little guy. He's giving me good vibes. I mean, I think it's a good collection. I think it's a solid 6.5 out of 10. But in 8 out of 10. No, how do I spell tweaks? Tweaks. Tweaks. That's how you spell tweaks. All right. So let me check here. All right, so my replies are behind. And so I, if you did comment on that post and it was not shown off tonight, please, I will post a new post for that in a little bit. I cannot update my notifications right now because I am on a, I've like to where I don't have notifications on right now because I didn't want anybody to like post anime tits while I'm trying to stream, because that is what 90% of my replies are. But I will. Yeah. If you did it by DMs, here's what I recommend. Elsa Gura, DM me right now, and I will go ahead and put you on next month's list, and you will be immediately on there as soon as I have a new one. And even if you have a collection that looks bad, send it my way. I'll give you tips on how to improve it, and we will do these again soon. I tell you what. Are they still live? Oh. Yeah, they're still alive. They're still doing this stupid thing. But anyway. Alright. So, next week we will be live back again on Thursday. Not sure what we'll be doing. We'll figure out something between now and then. Next room review will probably be like 3rd. Okay, Elsa, you'll be added for next month immediately. Don't you worry. Next week, are you going to join the pop auctions? Absolutely not. But if you want to DM me, you can DM me, and then it will immediately be putting the next month's thing. Probably a lot of next month will be DMs, to be honest. And then we'll go back to doing them on the post. Helpful advice. Don't DM me 50 pictures. DM me, like, I'm going to narrow it down to like 6, to be honest, at max. So you don't need to DM me 50 of them. It still can't be sent through DMs. Huh. Then email me. Email's in my bio on Twitter. Just DM me, or just email me, and I'll get them through that. But I'll add you to it through that, so don't worry. But anyway, streaming again next week. We'll have a video up on Saturday. I'm behind on videos actually right now, so I've got the next 10 anime reviewed. That'll be up here in a couple weeks. Hopefully next week, but if not, the following week. Did you use a heat gun when you got that wet on the Ami box? No, I just used a fan for a few days, but it didn't do anything. It's over there. The wet box is still sitting in my floor. It's dried out, but it still looks bad. But I've unboxed both the figures, so you'll see those. You'll see Yamada next week, and you'll see the Cafe Terrace one the following week. I haven't decided if I'm going to make Mau Mau into a video yet or not. But we're definitely going to be doing those. Girls Bang Cry figures. We'll be putting up a short every week. I am waiting on... I've got all of the new Attack on Titan Funko Pops. Oh, there's my charger. I've got all of the new Attack on Titan Funko Pops. I picked up Connie, and I picked up John. So all that I like now is the new Reiner Pop. And as soon as I get Reiner, we're going to be doing a ranking every Attack on Titan Funko Pop ever. I'd love to be able to do that around the time of August, around my 5th anniversary. So hopefully that's coming soon. Also, we're about 2 weeks away from my collection tour, so stay tuned for that. Also, what else is there? What else is there? I don't know. Stuff. Lots of stuff to do. Lots of stuff coming out soon. Also, if any of you did watch on Twitch, please let me know how that was. I don't know how it turned out for anybody. I'd love to find out. So let me know. Also, what we're going to be doing is we will be starting a Patreon very soon. If you are financially stable enough and you want to support me, you are more than welcome to. Also, what I thought would be really cool is to add a thing down here in like the bottom of our little, like down here. And it's like a goal, and we, have a goal of like, hey, I wouldn't have bought this figure otherwise, but if we hit a certain goal, then I'll buy this figure or I'll do this thing. And yes, I'm on Twitch as well right now, but I'm going to be streaming on YouTube and Twitch. There will be a few, like, I might do like some Minecraft streams that are just on Twitch, but for the most part, everything will be multi-streamed. Well, I give you some time to rearrange it for next time. I think it'd be really cool to add that, and we could do like, I'll go to a con if we hit a certain amount of money raised or whatever. Because if it's 8 pictures, that's fine, Slayer. Don't worry about that. That is fine. I thought it'd be fun. So we'll do that. We'll have the Patreon thing going. Lots of cool stuff to look forward to. So stay tuned for all of that. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was entertaining. This was something kind of new. I hope it did not get any... I'm sorry. I hope it did not get boring halfway through. But anyway, thank you for watching. And I will talk to you guys very soon with, what's the next video? I don't know.